Severe flood in Central Europe, resulting in fatalities in Poland and Austria. Central and Eastern Europe has been hit by storm Boris. The rain raising river levels and caused flash flooding in dozens of areas in the Czech Republic, Austria and Poland. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said on Sunday morning, "We have the first confirmed death in the growing of Klodzko region in the Polish-Czech border. After heavy rain, the Mędzygórze dam in the southern Poland overflowed. One of the photos published on X showed the dam before the floods, and the video published on Polish television showed it overflowed at night. Southwestern Poland suffered the most, forced about 1,600 residents of the north on Klodzko evacuate. Polish authorities are calling on the army to support overflowed firefighters in rescue operations. The fire service posted photo on the X. One of these fire trucks caught in the flood. Firefighters has died during the flood's rescue force in Austria, and one person was drowned in Poland in torrential rain caused by the storm Boris continuous devastation across the central and eastern Europe. The Austrian province surrounding Vienna has been declared a disaster area, with the leader speaking an unprecedented emergency. In Romania, where the 4 people were killed on Saturday, the Prime Minister said 2 and more reported missing, and in the Czech Republic several more were reported missing. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk confirmed the death on the Sunday, calling the affected residents and cooperated with the rescues. Storm Boris has already brought huge amount of rain in Central and Eastern Europe, with a heavy downpour forecast and continue at least until the late Monday. One of the highest rainfall totals so far has been hit by Czech Republic. Since Tuesday, 288 mm of precipitation was fallen in the Lesser Hara in the mountains in the west of the country. There is about 3 months worth of rainfall in just 3 days. The storm was destructive for 2 reasons. First, the location of the storm caused cooler air in the north and brought the mix of the moisture come from the unusually warm waters in the Mediterranean and the Black Seas. Second, slow pressure the moving very slowly over the same areas. It is stuck blocked by the currents with mean in the storms and cut off of trapped between high pressure in the west and the east. The Czech Ministry on the Environmental describes storm Boris as one of the 15 years event. However, the frequency in this type of flooding is likely in increase. Following the extreme flooding in Europe in 2021, the worst weather attribution networks concluded this probably an intensify of this type of flooding in Europe and increasing under the rapid climate warning. In recent days, parts of Poland and Austria has been hit by severe flooding, heavy rains, and caused rivers to overflow and landslides. Both countries are struggling to deal with the devastation caused by the extreme weather conditions. Thousands of people have been displaced, but infrastructure has been severely damaged. In Poland and southern region, the Lesser Poland and Silesia have been the highest, with the water level in Vistula and Oder rivers rising rapidly. Authorities have declared a state of emergency in several cities, and military forces have been deployed to escort and evacuation and strategic flood protection. In Krakow, one of the Poland's largest cities, local authority warning to potential flooding danger and water level rising closer to critical level. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki visited the affected areas, promised stay to those who have lost their homes and businesses. There is a crisis situation, he said, added they will do everything to our power to provide immediate assistance and ensure the long-term recovery to these communities. Emergency services are working around the clock to using helicopters and boats to rescue stranded residents to their homes. Austria is facing a similar crisis, with the western region and Tyrol and Salzburg bearing the brunt of the heavy rain. Numerous rivers, including Salja, burst their banks, followed town and farmland. In the picture square, town of Hestland and UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Alp Beauty, floodwaters caused significant damage in historic buildings. Landslides in the mountains area blocked roads, complicating rescue operations and leaving some villages isolated. Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer called the swift action to respond to the victims, with the local authority warning the situation could worsen more than rain in the forecast in the coming days. We must remain vigilant, he said. The safety of our citizens is our top priority. In the recent years, both Poland and Austria has been increasing in extreme weather events, raising concerns about the effects of climate change. Meteorologists point in unusually intensify of current storm system, which has produced record rainfall in a short period of time. Experts warned that such flood may become more frequent as global temperature rise. Flooding in Poland and Austria in the latest spring extreme weather event to hit Central Europe prompted urgent calls to better preparedness and a climate change adaptation mission. The continued downpour in both countries over the past weeks have left a trail of destruction, with the hundreds of homes, farms and businesses underwater. In Poland, the flooding situation is particularly severe in the rural areas, where huge swamps and farmland and underway threaten livelihoods. Farmers in the region describe scenes of devastation. Crops have been destroyed and livestock drowned. In the worst of flood we sink the keys, said one of farmers in the outskirts of Krakow. Everything is gone. We don't know we'll recover this. Authorities have promised conservation on the affected by recovery could months if not years. Its cities such as Krakow and Wrocław floodwaters overwhelmed drainage system turned streets into rivers and cut power to entire neighborhood. Many residents were forced to evacuate, taking refuge in temporary shelters set up by local authority and a humanitarian organization. Schools and businesses are closed. They were concerned about the spread of waterborne disaster as service system cannot withstand in pre-issue. The situation is not less fatalities in Austria, where floodwaters have damaged the country vital tourist sector. A popular vacation destinations such as hostels, the Zem, the Sea, hotels, restaurants have been flooded, leaving the massive cancellation and authorities are urging tourists to stay away from the safety. The regional infrastructure, including roads, bridge and railway, have been severely damaged, and engineers warn that the repair could take months. In the mountains region of Austria, landslides added the chaos. In some areas, entire houses was collapsed, swept away houses and blocking the transportation route. The Austrian Red Cross and mobilized to provide emergency assistance, but as the most affected areas remain difficult. We are doing everything we can, but the scale of the disaster is simply overwhelming, said a spokesman for the organization. Helicopters are being used to deliver supply, the remove vigilance and rescue teams going to search to those who have still trapped the floodwaters. International organizations, including European Union, have pledged to provide assistance to both Poland and Austria. The EU civil protection mechanisms have activated to provide additional resources, including emergency team, water pump and temporary shelter. This is a European problem, said a US spokesman. Stand with Poland and Austria at this difficult time will ensure to receive the help they need. The flood have redigning debates about the climate change and environmental policy in both countries. Advantages address the frequency and intensity as such natural disaster underscore the need the more described climate action. We can no longer ignore the reality of climate change, said Greenpeace Austria spokesman. The government of both of countries have pledged to improve flood protection system and invest climate change resilience may issue, but the crisis say progress have been too slow. In Poland, more experts point that ineffective land management and the loss of natural wasteland that have traditionally severely buffers against the flooding is factor to contribute to the scale of the disaster. The floodwaters begin to resent it. The full extent of the damage become clear. In Poland, according to the preliminary estimates, full damage could amount the billions of euros. The similar figures at the extent of Austria. Both countries now face long and difficult task to rebuilding homes, businesses and infrastructure, as well to addressing the long-term environmental economic problem caused by the flood. For many residents of the affected areas, the recovery process will be slow and painful.